crowd for the semifinal. Bradley has already won. The 5th seed Bradley Braves, hot as any team in the country right now, awaits the winner of this one. The first possession of this game is Northern Iowa's. Game on with Arch Madness in the Valley.
And defense will be an issue again in this game, just like it was the last. It's amazing, but the teams that win seem to be the ones that guard.
They say it all year long, this entire league guards. Every game so far in this tournament have been excellent defensive efforts. 4 to shoot. Tough shot, John Little.
That's a full shot clock of defending. And that was a tough shot, just like you said.
Southern Illinois, well known for its defense. Falker underneath on Stout. Stout's fouling. Let's go to Tom Ackerman.
Mitch, Southern Illinois guard Jamal Tatum wanted to do something different for the game yesterday against Evansville. So he went with the team manager to the equipment room and secured black shoes and black socks for all of the players. They went to each hotel room, gave them out to all of the players. Tony Young put them on and said, you know, it gives you a bit of a swagger when you walk out onto the court. And it seemed to have worked.
Tom, didn't he sneak in there with that equipment guy?
Yeah, he did. He says he crawled in there. He kind of joked about that.
Well, a bucket by Matt Shaw of Southern Illinois to tie the game, and now a throwaway as Eric Coleman, trying to find Jacobson, throws it to the scorers table. Look at Jamal Tatum. He now in the shoe business. Need a 10 DeWitt.
I don't know if I'm really keen on that high top, but
Shaw can hit that shot too.
Tip that doesn't go for Falker. Somebody's going to have to get a body on him.
It's going to be him against the world inside, though, I think.
Look at the defensive pressure. See where the ball's being played, Mitch. It's above the three-point line all the time, and not by design.
Southern Illinois will guard you and guard you and guard you. Jacobson in the corner.
Those type plays happen early in the game. When you're nervous, a little tight. And this is the nervous day, the semifinal day.
Stout missing the spinner. Chris Lowry giving a play to his freshman point guard, Brian Mullins.
A nice box out by Shaw then also.
Tatum. He has struggled shooting the ball from 3, but he had 25 against Evansville yesterday.
He looked pretty definite about that. He was ready to shoot that one.
Stout, good position.
Used the guard screen across the lane. The guard made a straight cut and then just went across the lane and screened.
Mullins taking it to the rack. It's an offensive foul on Brian Mullins. The charge taken by Brooks McCowan of Northern Iowa. Three minutes into the game, it's a 4-4 tie.
Sub coming in's a pretty fair player also. Eric Crawford.
Yeah. Broke his right foot against Creighton. Missed from mid-January. We saw his return game against Missouri State at home. They rallied for 23 wins. I'm not sure they would have got there if Crawford wouldn't have come back.
Fundamentally just about as sound as any player you're going to find, and he can shoot the 3. I would guess, if anything, his defending is down just a little. Maybe his dribble penetration down a little.
And only because of the broken foot.
Yes.
Tatum, sweet crossover, sets up Shaw, but then there's all kinds of help.
2 good helps on the count.
Young traveled. Jacobson with the defense. Ben Jacobson last year led the league in scoring. This year he's dropped off to 6th in the league but I don't think he gets enough credit for his defending.
He defends well, and he's such a smart player. He helps well when he's away from the ball. No, he's just good at everything he does, Mitch.
Very athletic.
The shooting, for whatever reason, has not been as good as what he would probably be expected it to be.
Coleman gets pushed way out there by Falker.
Falker defending that far out on the floor. You get a center that can go out like that.
Coleman, he of the long arms, gets a foul. Shaw gets the foul. Trying to get his nose back in joint from yesterday.
Hey, Dwayne, this project is critical. It's got a tight budget and even a tighter deadline.
Got it, boss.
This is Mrs. Hudson's Park Avenue. It needs brakes, rotors, shocks, wipers, and she's got a bridge game at 2 o'clock, so get on it.
And if I screw this up, I'm gonna get fired.
No matter what the size of your project, O'Reilly has you covered. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices.
So you went to O'Reilly. Genius.
Bookstore is your one stop for another great season of Saluki athletics. 710 Bookstore is a place for Saluki fans of all ages with a winning selection of sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats, banners, bumper stickers, and more. A sea of maroon to choose from, enough to prove you're a #1 fan. 710 Bookstore has been a proud supporter of Saluki athletics for over 35 years and has the latest and officially licensed SIU and printed clothing. With plenty of free parking and convenient hours, 710 Bookstore is your place to load up on your Saluki maroon at the game, on the strip, or online at 710.com.
Choose Cedar Court Imaging, your place for advanced health imaging. Dr. Douglas Falk is a board-certified radiologist, and his licensed professional staff will get your results quickly. We are pleased to announce the addition of Dr. James Barron, neuroradiologist. Our state-of-the-art facility features the only true open high-field MRI in Southern Illinois. Tell your doctor you choose Cedar Court Imaging. Call us at 529-8500 or visit us on the web at cedarcourtimaging.com.
4-4 tie here, or under 16 timeout. Stay tuned to our halftime report, brought to you by Poor Richards, 2 great St. Louis locations, Fenton at 141 in Bowles and Eureka near 109 and Interstate 44. Poor Richards serves over 2 tons of wings every week. To check out Poor Richards' menu, visit poorrichardsstl.com. Greg McDermott's team, better defensive this year. We talked about it. 9 times he's held opponents under 50 points, Spoon, including the last 2 games, 42 and 46.
Well, Mac's teams defend, and they don't foul when they defend. That's the main thing. Most teams that are good defensively hack and beat on people, and his don't. They are just amazing in that regard.
They've outscored their opponents 147 points at the line. Coleman misses this one, 58% shooter. Boy, was he good in Cedar Falls against Southern Illinois.
His free throw shooting is sort of streaky. If he starts out and hits a couple, then he's pretty good. And if he misses a couple, then sometimes it's not a good omen.
Walker, nice feed. Mullins. I mean, Falker got in there and squatted Charlie. He was low.
We've talked about him a little bit, Mitch, but I don't think we've given him enough credit for all that he does. That was an assist right there. He defends, he rebounds, blocks shots.
Young stepped out.
That was caused in part by Falker right here. Of course, there's Falker on this is his offensive play. Great job of catching, and he knew that McCown's been doubling, so he just hunts the open man, and Mullins is smart enough to go to the spot.
Now you can make a DVD of that and show a post player how to get their tail feathers down and catch the ball.
Well, sure you can. And the other thing you can show as a guard how to pay attention.
A three, and he could show him how to Eric Crawford to shoot threes. 29th three of the year. He's 34% beyond bonus distance. 7-6 Northern Iowa.
You see how soft McCowan's playing Mullins, inviting him to shoot the basketball.
That time Coleman checked off Falker.
Coleman's got a lot of energy today. I think that's what Mac was telling him just a minute ago, to slow down just a skosh.
Well, he was good late in that game against Missouri State last night. Jacobson. And that shot has just not fallen for him this year.
Well, it gets in your mind, Mitch, and you know that. It's just like in baseball when you get in a slump. The same thing happens to shooters, punters.
He is 2 for 11 this year from 3 against Southern Illinois, and 4 of his last 15 from three-point range.
Cushion for Mullins, but sure not one for Tatum. In this game, if you can get an easy basket, a run-out basket, put back, it really seems bigger than usual.
Oh, hard foul. Falker all over Eric Coleman. First foul. They got to keep Falker out of foul trouble.
You think Coleman's got a chance to make this shot?
Let's listen to this.
Almost makes you wish you didn't have good position offensively.
I think we experienced all 5 senses on that play.
And hope we have some of them left when it's completed.
Coleman tastes the sweet nectar of a made free throw. Coleman 58% from the foul line. Interestingly enough, he's 58% from the field. Leads the league in that category. The Sam Perkins look-alike. That big left hand fires in his second foul shot.
Those look pretty good right there.
Now, here's what Southern Illinois has got a challenge. When Falker rests or to avoid foul trouble, who's going to step up? We saw Jamal Foster step up against Evansville last night with a career-high 10 points.
Just getting ready to say, it'll be interesting if Foster continues the play he had last night, because he was a very assertive basketball player. He's been screening well so far. Let's see if the rest of the game came with him. Young's not getting any easy looks either, Mitch.
Tatum hard curl, 3 to shoot. Clemens, a hustler off the bench.
Did we see that last night?
A couple thousand times.
Just goes after the ball, and the Salukis just rebounded last night. They were after everything.
Spoon, they out-rebounded Evansville by 19 rebounds. And how many offensive boards? Over 20.
Good defense again by Northern Iowa. And that's hard when it's a second possession. You're defending really for almost a minute here.
Tatum out of control. Little stayed right with him.
Great defense in by Little. Absolutely great. The defense on this end of the floor is good, too. They only give up 56.9. They're 5th in the country.
McCowan hit big threes last night.
That's not considered control when he bats it like that.
So no over and back, but what a save. He looked like a hockey goalie kicking a puck out of the net. We're seeing the same effort here we saw in the first game. McCowan, nice fake, no finish. And Foster's over his back.
Tough play right there for Foster.
Brooks McCowan, 101st Airborne Division, wearing purple.
A 14-year study by Purina proves that proper feeding over a lifetime, beginning with puppy chow, can help add up to 2 healthy years to your dog's life. Long live your puppy, long live your dog. Purina Puppy Chow. A 14-year study by Purina proves that dog chow nutrition fed properly over a lifetime can help add up to 2 healthy years to your dog's life. Long live your running partner, long live your dog. Purina Dog Chow.
You won't find these highlights on any sports network. Tonight, no medals will be handed out and no trophies to hoist. These are not made for TV games. But when you've got a deep freeze full of 16-ounce ribeyes, pork roasts, and venison sausage, you'll be cheering them on nonetheless. After all, in the untelevised wake of the storm, there's much more at stake than frozen steaks.
I want my checkbook to balance just once before I die.
I want to trick myself into saving money.
I want to pay my bills promptly. For once,
I want to do everything online, like the kids do.
I want to see the top of my desk again.
I want to say, the check's in the email.
I want to be, well,
I want to be a financial grown-up.
At National City, we want to make banking simple for lives that aren't.
I want to be the boss of my money. Yeah.
Everyone talks about how long their truck will last. When we build a truck, we think way down the road. Toyota Tundra has been factory tested to survive years of abuse. That's why day in, day out, through the worst of the elements and all the rigors of time, nothing stops a Tundra. Toyota, moving forward. Special financing and lease options available now.
Welcome back to the Savage Center in downtown St. Louis. It's 9-6 Northern Iowa with the lead. 11:47 to go in our first half of play. Our Prairie Farms MVC Scholar athlete, Desiree Osborne, a senior distance runner from Linden, Kansas. Osborne captured the 2005 cross-country individual title. 2-time Scholar athlete, a 3.4 GPA, and exercise science. Academics important to the MVC. We salute Desiree Osborne, today's Prairie Farms MVC Scholar athlete. As we throw it back over to Mitch Holtis. Mitch, you consider what's happened already for those of you that are just joining us. 60-52, Bradley wins in their game. A number 5 seed advancing to the final, and for Bradley, second time in St. Louis they've been to that final, Mitch. And a 5 seed with a 37 RPI. The hits just keep on coming in the valley. Stout deep. It's Foster. Something was going to happen, you know, if it was going to be good or bad. There's a lot of activity. I'm going to tell you the most exciting play of this game, Spoon's going to be a missed shot. It's going to look like a riot during the French Revolution.
Mr. Ives would say these fellas are busy.
Let's see Robespierre out here someplace. Foster liked that scoring yesterday, but missed that shot.
Pick and roll is a good option because completely lost his man.
Help by Mullins underneath.
Very good help by Mullins underneath.
Well, with a game like this, you got to get ready for a hat like this. Did you bring your hat, Spoon, like this one? Is that a mammal or a reptile?
I would say it has characteristics of both.
Valley's brought to you by Aeropostale, athletically inspired, comfortable clothes at reasonable prices, only at Aeropostale. Store locations, the website's right there for you at aeropostale.com, providing scholarships through sponsorship.
I polkaed with that younger girl there in another life.
Falker's back. You know why. He's under there doing his damage.
He may miss it, but he's going to go get it. And then he's going to find somebody to screen.
Tatum. If you can score against either one of these defenses, I'd send a fruit basket to your grandma because it's a big day.
I hope
you can score.
I hope that people do appreciate it. The defense is absolutely has you where you can't. Everything going has to go too fast. Every pass is contested.
9-6. But it's why this league wins. Seriously, the defense is consistent. There's a kick by Mullins. They're going to put 15 on the clock. It was 6 when the kick occurred by Mullins. Salukis 5th in the nation in defense. Only give up 57 a game. We mentioned how good Greg McDermott's club is defensively.
And that's why we're sitting here with 10 minutes gone. It's 9-6.
Crawford hit that shot earlier, and Coleman slinks underneath. It's going to be on Falker, and that's his second foul. That is not good news for Southern Illinois.
Well, they got good minutes last night out of Boyle, and Boyle has had good moments against Northern Iowa. So,
well, Northern Iowa's gone 5 minutes without scoring. Southern Illinois better than that, 5.5 minutes without scoring. Tony Boyle in now against Coleman.
And back to the line goes Coleman. This will be 6 free throw attempts by Coleman when this is done.
And he could petition the league to defer those to Eric Crawford, who's 82%, but I don't think they're going to let him do that. Coleman fouls on Wesley Clements. 16 fouls now against Southern Illinois. We mentioned Coleman's 22 points, 15 rebounds in Cedar Falls against the Southern Illinois team. As good as they are defensively, that's hard to do. But against Wichita State, he had 18 and 1/2 against the regular season champion Shockers.
He played last night with a great deal of enthusiasm and vigor.
3 points, Coleman all at the line. Clemens. Boyle. Oh, and a late call, a foul on Eric Coleman, which gets the attention of Greg McDermott.
Whistle was a little tardy. I did not see what happened. Hands are straight up there.
Looks like maybe an elbow after the shot. Or just as the shot was released. Boyle's only 56% at the line. He's been a minute eater off the bench for Southern Illinois.
And here comes a Saluki, Mitch, that needs to probably get something started.
You know, he used to kid McDermott about his 400 plays he had on his 5x7 note cards. I think he's got some microchip now he uses inside that suit. It's a big database, whatever it is. Tony Boyle gives Southern Illinois its 7th points.
And Young will guard you. We've seen that before. And he's got Jacobson right now.
Young on the Valley's all-defensive team again.
Nice. Nice right there. Screen, use the screen, and then know when help comes that you can go back to a man who can really shoot the basketball.
Crawford with 6-2-3. It's going to be an offensive foul against Southern Illinois, but let's look at Jacobson's pass.
Use the screen, then when Shaw helps, very, very alertly, step back, catch it, and you know he's going to shoot the ball so well.
And here's an example of Jacobson's presence.
That's one thing about Crawford. Oh, my.
Mike Sanzier with an offensive foul on Brooks McCowan.
He had a hand push off earlier, and there's nothing called. I think maybe Mike Sanzier saw the first one and remembered it.
Greg McDermott, not the happiest camper in St. Louis with that call. 13-7 Northern Iowa. Boyle, that's a bonus bucket. Tony Boyle only gets 2 a game. He's got 3 if you're counting.
No one got against him. And one thing the Salukis will do, will rebound the basketball. They'll guard you and they'll rebound. They won't make all their shots, but they'll do the other 2 things.
1 field goal over the last 7:42 for Southern Illinois. Jacobson with a bump and run by Austin Brooks. That's the walk-on senior. And this is going to be the bonus for Northern Iowa.
And Boyle, for a freshman, will also whop you when you go by.
Well, he's learned that in this league. He's learned to survive. Jacobson missing the front end of a 1-and-1, a 78% shooter normally. Coleman slipped inside the backcourt. Southern Illinois has got some problems. They have 9 team fouls and still 7:53 to go in the half. Coleman's at the line and we come back.
Why can't I come up? Sorry, Sarah, but there's no girls allowed. Not even girls with old recipe ice cream?
Prairie Farms Premium Old Recipe Ice Cream is full of all the homemade goodness that smart women know kids love.
So from now on, there are going to be some new rules around here. Huh? Okay? Mm-hmm.
Taste the homemade goodness of Old Recipe Ice Cream.
Why is Sirius the choice in satellite radio?
It feels like you get every song ever made. Rock, pop, hip-hop, no commercials.
We get a ton of music, no commercials. It's comedy, no bleeps. You know what I'm saying?
If it involves a uniform, a stick, a ball, bang, it's right in there.
Bang, NFL is in there.
It's the best thing I ever put in my car. Next to him.
It's flat out better than regular radio.
It's more than just radio. It's Sirius satellite radio. Right now, get a Sirius satellite radio for under $50.
Casey's Pizza, you bet. Casey's handmade from scratch pizza, made fresh with all your favorite toppings loaded on. We pile on the fresh ingredients real heavy. Just call ahead. Stop by and try to resist a slice on your way home. Hey, hon.
Hi. Where's the pizza?
All month, get free cheese breadsticks with the purchase of any large pizza. Loaded up so heavy, it stays with you.
It's Casey's General Store.
If I were you, I'd expect lavish guest rooms and gorgeous lake views from a 4-diamond hotel. If I were you, I'd expect to be entertained, wined, and dined. And if I so choose, pampered by day or exhausted by night. And if I were you, I'd want it all. Very close, yet seemingly far away. Chateau on the Lake Resort and Spa. More than you expect. Closer than you think.
13-9 Northern Iowa. It's not been an easy fall and winter for the McDermott family. This is Teresa McDermott, Greg's wife, diagnosed with breast cancer earlier in the fall. You got Sydney resting on her arm right there. It's a great family. Nick and Doug right in front, the 2 sons, and then Sydney, the daughter with Teresa. But she's gone through chemotherapy. She delayed her next chemotherapy treatment till after the tournament. I think she's going to do it Monday, but she wanted to be at full strength for Arch Madness. But Greg's had a lot more on his mind than just basketball.
Had a beautiful night for her when we were up there before. It was a very, very emotional night, and for everyone.
Eric Coleman to the line where it's been a struggle.
Sometimes he looks like he wrote a book on how to shoot free throws.
And other times
he needs to read that book.
Northern Iowa has 425 makes at the line for the year, while their opponents have 389 attempts. And usually when you have that kind of stat, you're 23-8. Northern Iowa, 7:45 left in the first 20. Bradley beat Wichita State earlier today. Clemens can hit these. Not this time. He's hit 8 of his last 11 threes prior to that miss.
Southern needs to maybe get something out of their defense, Mitch, instead of...
And it's an illegal screen. They were setting up a lob for Jacobson, and Stout called for the moving pick. Let's check in with our Valley standings. Our way the tournament shakes down. Brought to you by Ameren, a legion of men and women making sure the night lights in the neighborhood flicker to life when called upon. Visit Ameren.com to learn more. 365 and then some.
And that's 2 fouls on Stout. You can see right now we're about to have a final set for tomorrow. That'll be a fun day, but this day to me is still the best day. The 2 games you get on the semifinal day are the best.
And 2 things here, a lot of emotion and a lot of intensity in both of these games. There's an offensive foul. Mike Zanzier's got his radar out. He's writing, got his ticket book out. He's writing tickets.
If you're going to drive through my town, there's a new sheriff here. And I'm making my quota before 3. It's a good idea here, Mitch, excuse me, but using Crawford to dribble the ball down, it makes a 4-man come down the floor and guard him, and you lose the pressure. But now you've got to be able to run an offense, and that's where they run into problems. Spacing gets to be a little bit of an issue at times.
Crawford, number 5, you see him. For Northern Iowa, the Valley's version of the Industrial Revolution, interchangeable parts. You can play all 5 spots. He's hit 2 big threes in this game. McCown had to launch. His shot clock was moving down. Again, McCown had 2 big threes last night in that win over Missouri State. Southern Illinois is shooting 27%, 4 of 15, 4 of 16.
McCown has a problem right here because he can't take the ball and go by anyone, and that's what gets him. That's what causes problems when he's trying to initiate the offense. Jacobson flashed open, but nothing there.
And Tatum, and there's your example of your defense. It wasn't a scoring opportunity, but at least opened up the floor a little bit for him. Let's go to Tom Ackerman.
Mitch, some people have noticed this week that Northern Iowa coach Greg McDermott is wearing a ring on his right hand. That is the NCAA tournament ring from last year. He says, I never wear it, but I wore it to practice this week just so the guys could remember how good we are. He said he didn't want any self-doubt going into the tournament, so he's worn it all week just to tell his players we're still very capable.
Well, they've gone to the last 2 tournaments. Last year they lost in the quarterfinals of Arch Madness and still made it. Took Wisconsin to the limit. The year before they took Georgia Tech to the limit, and that Georgia Tech team played in the finals. A dunk by Foster of Southern Illinois ignited the Egyptian Dogs.
Well, and on an out-of-bounds play, and Coleman helped when he didn't really need to. The defense had the coverage, and then a man rolling the basket just shouldn't get a goal on it.
Jacobson has yet to score. He averages 14 a game.
There's the shot.
Little with the bank.
I thought Little was going to have a 3. Makes a hard shot right there.
Found out Little means more to this team than people realize, even off the floor. He's provided leadership and direction as a senior out of Peoria, Illinois.
See how soft they're playing Mullins inside the 3-point line.
Young not there. Tony Young yet to score. Spoon averaging 12.
That's the best look he's got. He hadn't had many looks. That's the thing. He hasn't had a lot of shots.
17-11, Northern Iowa. 4:19 remaining in the half. See if I've seen that before. Just this time an air ball.
Didn't have the glass to shoot at. That's a hard shot on the baseline.
A little moisture on the floor. Chris Lowry. He's had a challenge too, and talking about Chris's family. Last year his wife Erica with a difficult pregnancy, also with a special needs child, but he's had a lot on his mind too other than basketball the last 2 years, and really has done a great job and shown a lot of maturity, getting 47 wins in 2 years.
Nice. Slipped the thing.
Mullins don't want to shoot that three.
No, he doesn't. That's not. He knows he's not. That's not what he's really good at. Ball's right there.
Spoon, that is his second three since January 19th. He is 2 for 17 since January 19th.
Well, that's not very many attempts.
17-14, Northern Iowa.
Oh, close to a walk right there.
Coleman, Sweet, McCowan, no, but Crawford's there.
Cowan flipped the ball up there then rather than finishing it, but lucky for him that he's got a teammate that's probably seen that before.
Tatum, that's a tough take and gets the roll. Jamal Tatum's got 4. They're having a parade in downtown Carbondale. Brian Mullins hit a 3. It's a 3-point game. Coleman's been busy inside.
A little too big a hurry. Coleman had Foster back down where he wanted him. He should have probably slowed down just a little. Tatum's got a lot of energy.
The Jeff City, Missouri Junior with the left hand.
David Collins said there'll be no charge here.
1-point game. Timeout, Greg McDermott, Northern Iowa. He's got 1 to burn in this half. 1:57 left in the half. 19-18. Watch Jamal Tatum.
I think it's going to happen. There's going to be a switch off here in just a minute. Crawford ends up with him. Earlier in the year, I doubt that would have happened to Crawford. Tatum makes the move, sees the man filling the lane. But just absolutely, his first step's good. Look at that. Left hand, that's a pretty good finish right there.
Great change of hands on his way in the air to the basket. And what a tournament he's having. Tatum now with 31 points in the tournament in a game and a half. The Salukis on a 7-2 run of the last 148. And we've seen this theme now constant throughout the tournament. Northern Iowa, seemingly things going well, but they look at the scoreboard, they're only 2 possessions ahead. We've seen it time and time again throughout this whole Arch Madness.
Well, they just last couple times it's getting the ball where you want it, but then not finishing the play. Things of that nature, not hitting the shot when you get an open 3.
And teams continue to guard even when they're not scoring.
That's the hard thing. I don't know how you convince guys to do that. Nice.
Jacobson on a swing around. And the ever-present Crawford will get free throws. Southern Illinois, their cavity right now, fouls. 1-point lead for the Panthers.
So that's the last slide, right?
Right. So I'm hitting send?
Yeah. Wait. Who's presenting in Chicago?
McLean.
McLean?
Yeah, he can do it. Right?
We know why you fly. We're American Airlines. And when you fly American, get our lowest fares at AA.com, guaranteed.
They broke records. They set standards. They brought home titles. They made the Valley proud. They are the very best of the Missouri Valley Conference, and they're all part of a century of sports featuring 100 years of Valley sports and Valley stars. This commemorative book won't be available until October 2006, but you can reserve a copy now and save $20. A century of sports. Order your
Alongi's Italian Restaurant has been a family tradition since 1933. We feature delicious entrees, such as our homemade spaghetti and meatballs and lasagna, Alongi's own family recipe. Also on our menu are salads topped with Alongi's famous salad dressing that comes straight from Grandma's recipe. We have banquet facilities available for any occasion and cater private events. Enjoy some great Italian food and hospitality at Alongi's in Carbondale and DuQuoin.
I don't own a lot of tools. So far, I've survived with just a hammer and a screwdriver. I don't want to buy a tool that I'm only going to use once. Right Do It Center to the rescue. Right Do It Center's rental department has over 100 tools available for rent every day. And when you rent a tool from Right Do It Center, they're going to show you how to use it before you leave the store. They asked me about my project and set me up with the right tool for the job. So the next time you need a tool, rent it from Right Do It Center in Murfreesboro and Sparta. With all they've got, you've got it made.
Monday on FSN.
1918, Northern Iowa leading Southern Illinois. In the first game, Marcellus Somerville and Patrick O'Brien with a double-double combined, and Bradley would win 60-52 over Wichita State there in the championship game. When Metro Sports takes its television cameras on the road, it considers these hotel properties its home away from home. Please call these hotels or visit the websites of these properties when following your favorite team. We're at the Savas Center in downtown St. Louis. Back over to Mitch Holtis, who is standing by with one of the Masters winners from the early 1970s, Charlie Spoonhour. That wasn't even... How was it?
Did he say Cedars?
Yes.
He did, didn't he? And he's on me.
Yeah. We're in Butler Cabin here talking about... Nothing gets by Danny Mack. Free throw down by Eric Crawford. He's got 9.
9 points in this game sounds like a lot.
Northern Iowa's been to the line 10 times, made 6. They had 6 free throws and 6 field goals.
Pound's a little more aggressive on the ball this time.
Lost track of the clock. Shaw lost track of it, and then Mullins did too. And there's Chris Lowry's reaction.
Trying to say you've got to know when to shoot the basketball. I think he wanted Shaw to shoot it.
It's also where his freshman point guard needs to be in the top gun seat and take charge.
Down defensively was very good that time.
Oh, nice block. Crawford has it blocked. Still 11-second differential. Game clock, shot clock. There's a bump. Little bump in Tatum.
Still not in the 1-and-1. Southern's got 2 good looks on out-of-bounds plays. Let's see if this happens again.
And still a 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. A 3 would give Southern Illinois the lead.
It's either going to be a high, it looks like it's going to be a high screen or just a flatten for Tatum.
Jostin is out there now. You see him defensively for Northern Iowa.
He just got here. Now he's got to guard Tatum.
Clemens in the corner. Robbed. Look at Foster for Southern Illinois. And Shaw scores a very difficult shot at the end of the half.
Hustle play all the way. Foster and Shaw both involved in that. I'm not sure how the ball gets in the basket here. There's your miss. Here's the hustle part right here. Knocked loose. Right into traffic, probably trying to draw a foul, Mitch, and ends up just taking the basket.
4 of the 5 Salukis end up being involved in that play. Shaw able to get it in the goal, but keep in mind, Southern Illinois had over 20 offensive rebounds last night against Evansville. Let's go to Tom Ackerman.
Coach, quite a competitive first half again, and this one could go down to the wire.
I mean, what do you expect from us two when we play together? We play hard, and just a great half of basketball. Two teams playing very hard.
Good luck in the second half. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our visit with the coaches all year brought to you by Mercy Health Plans, an innovative health management company empowering members to make healthy choices. The way we care makes all the difference. These two teams met in the last regular season game, and it was won by Southern Illinois in a 45-44 game. This one much the same, tied at 20 at halftime.
What? You said we were going to be paying less.
I'm State Farm Agent Demetrius Simon, and this is a true story.
Making ends meet is tough with a new baby.
When another company kept promising to save us money on car insurance, we believed them.
Guess what? We were charged more.
A lot more.
We switched back to State Farm because we've got an agent we can count on.
Anybody can promise you a good price, but nobody takes care of you like State Farm. Call an agent today. I think someone's had an accident. Ooh.
Like a good neighbor.
State Farm is there.
The Rollings 10 presents T-Mac in Save That Dude Over There Who's Fallen.
T-Mac, that dude over there's fallen. Save him.
Let's go. Grab the ball, dude who's falling.
It's the Rollins 10. It's got more grip.
Thanks, T-Mac.
No problem, dude who was falling.
The Rollings 10. More grooves, more grip, more game. Stay tuned next time for Save That Cat in the Tree.
T-Mac, save me.
Here's Michael at the foul line. He shoots over Elo. No good. Michael misses. Cleveland wins. They're waving beyond your round.
If you're a fraction off, it can change everything. On the field and in the lab, where Gatorade scientists test and retest athletes so we know exactly what their bodies demand. Precision counts. Out there and in here.
If you want the best selection of used cars, you need to go to the dealer that sells the most new cars. Bellman Pontiac GMC, with nearly 150 top quality pre-owned vehicles in stock every day. Import and domestic. The most, the best, and for less. Family cars, economy cars, sports cars, trucks, SUVs, conversion vans, plus St. Louis's biggest inventory of GM certified used cars. And with Bellman's huge new car volume, there's always something new at Bellman Pre-Owned, I-270 and McDowell Boulevard. The most, the best, and for less.
Your home for the Missouri Valley Conference is FSN Midwest.
The State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Tournament is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. By Prairie Farms Family of Dairies. Prairie Farms, Highland and Roberts Dairies. Serving Mid-America with quality fresh dairy products every day. By Sirius Satellite Radio. Sirius is unbeatable radio. All radio is not created equal. By Purina Dog Chow. Long live your dog. And by Choice Hotels. With over 5,000 hotels from which to choose, there's bound to be a Choice Hotel wherever you're headed.
We're in downtown St. Louis at the Sabbath Center, and we welcome you back to the Poor Richards Halftime Report with two great St. Louis locations, Fenton at 141 and Bowles and Eureka near 109 and Interstate 44. Poor Richards serves over 2 tons of wings every week. To check out Poor Richards' menu, visit their website, poorrichardsstl.com. Well, earlier this afternoon, it was a number 5 seed, the Bradley Braves, upsetting the number 1 seed, Wichita State. They have not been to a final here in St. Louis, and for Bradley, they're going to the final for the first time since 2001. Oddly enough, a number 5 seed would win that. That would be Indiana State back in 2001. They would go on to the field of 65 and then upset Oklahoma. Well, let's take a look at some of the conference's All-Valley performers, and we'll start with Paul Miller. He is your player of the year from Wichita State. And of course, the Shockers now with 24 wins on the outside, having to wait to see what would happen on the selection Sunday, but almost assured to have a spot. Nick Porter out of Creighton is your newcomer of the year, the freshman of the year. He's on display in that first half. Brian Mullins, he just hit a big three for the Salukis of Southern Illinois. Leading the lead in block shots. You'll see him tomorrow in the championship game. That's Patrick O'Brien, the defensive MVP for the second consecutive year. The sixth man of the year is Kellen Easley from Missouri State, a 20-win season for the Bears of Missouri State. And your Rawlings Coach of the Year, Wichita State, expected to finish in the middle of the pack, and Mark Turgeon wins the conference championship for Wichita State. Again, earlier, 60-52 the final as Bradley advances to the championship game. We're at halftime of this one, and we're tied up. It's 20-20.
State Farm proudly presents the Just Read program.
When we give a child the ability to read, it's a gift that will last a lifetime. At State Farm, we're pleased to be part of the Missouri Valley Conference effort to help young people build their reading skills. Children pay attention when student athletes show how much fun it is to read and how reading skills are so fundamental to doing well in other school subjects.
Launched in 1998, the Just Read program is a community outreach endeavor, co-sponsored by the Missouri Valley Conference and State Farm Insurance. The Just Read program has a terrific record of success. Missouri Valley Conference athletes visit each month with grade school students in their communities to read stories and emphasize the importance of reading in their lives.
Moose didn't know if he was coming or going. Backward, forward, this way, that.
The Just Read program benefits the kids, but it also benefits the student athletes.
It was a lot of fun, because the kids really enjoyed us coming. That was the main thing. They really enjoyed just having us here, having us read to them. They really look up to us.
And to give back to the kids and the community, just to get out and get a chance to see the smiles on their face for showing up, and just something fun to do.
The Just Read program is proudly presented by State Farm and the Missouri Valley Conference.
Didn't need to see that. Nope.
Oh, Mama, don't you make me another meatloaf. Forget the mac and cheese. I want some fun piled on a bun. I want a manwich, please. Make tonight a manwich night. I want a manwich, please.
I've been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Tampa, Panama, Mattawa, Paloma, Bangor, Baltimore, Salvador, Amarillo, Tocopilla, Barranquilla, and Padilla. I'm a killer. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
Right now at Comfort Inn, Comfort Suites, Quality, Sleep Inn, Clarion, and Mainstay Suites hotels, you'll earn a free night after just 2 separate stays with choice privileges. For reservations, visit choicehotels.com.
I've been everywhere.
Choice Hotels. We'll see you there.
Made from fresh tomatoes living happily together with spicy green chilies. The bold flavor of Rotel gives your queso a kick. Spice things up with Rotel.
Every day, people save more and more money on Priceline. Save when you find your own hotel. Save even more when we find it for you. Save packaging your hotel with airfare, booking early, or even on last-minute deals. Priceline now has more ways to save on hotels than any leading travel site. Priceline, more ways to save.
Today's O'Reilly Auto Parts Millennium Moment highlights the Creighton Blue Jays' 5th State Farm MVC Tournament title in 7 seasons. Coach Dana Altman's Jays defeated Illinois State and Wichita State en route to the 2005 championship game against Missouri State. Powered by 14 points from tournament MVP Johnny Mathis, Creighton defeated the Bears 75-57 for today's O'Reilly Auto Parts Millennium Moment.
Everyone talks about how long their truck will last. When we build a truck, we think way down the road. Toyota Tundra has been factory tested to survive years of abuse. That's why day in, day out, through the worst of the elements and all the rigors of time, nothing stops a Tundra. Toyota, moving forward. Special financing and lease options available now.
This year, your team could win it all. It's Hoops in the Heartland, March 9th through 12th in Springfield. Don't miss the State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Women's Basketball Tournament featuring all 10 Valley teams. Get your tickets now.
All over St. Louis, people are fed up with ugly, dark algae roof stains. Call Frederick Roofing. Frederick's Roof Restore system removes those ugly roof stains with one Roof Restore treatment for a beautiful new-looking roof. Beauty on the roof after Frederick's Roof Restore treatment.
For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof. Frederick Roofing. Frederick Roofing, 645-2000.
Your home for Blues hockey is FSN Midwest. The Blues wrap up their Canadian road trip with a last stop in Vancouver before returning to the Savage Center, where they'll look for a miracle stretch leading to the postseason. Sunday on FSN Midwest.
ACC Sunday Night Hoops. Can Maryland pave their way into the tourney with a win? Or will Virginia slam the door on their postseason hopes? ACC Sunday Night Hoops this week on FSN.
Tonight's Aeropostale Missouri Valley Conference legend is Larry Legend, Larry Bird of Indiana State, the pride of French Lick, Indiana. He was the 1979 National Collegiate Player of the Year. He led the Sycamores to a 33-1 record and a legendary Final Four title game against Michigan State and Magic Johnson. A two-time consensus first-team All-American, he scored nearly 3,000 points. He's a member of the Valley Athletics Hall of Fame and the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Indiana State's Larry Bird, tonight's Aeropostale Missouri Valley Conference legend.
Welcome back to the Poor Richards Halftime Report with two great St. Louis locations, Fenton at 141 and Bowles in Eureka near 109 and Interstate 44. Poor Richards serves over 2 tons of wings every week. To check out Poor Richards' menu, visit their website at poorrichardsstl.com. And we welcome you back to the Savage Center. Earlier today in game number 1 of the semifinal Saturday here in Arch Madness at the Savage Center in downtown St. Louis, it was Bradley, a number 5 seed, defeating the regular season champion Wichita State, the number 1 seed. The final was 60-52. We're at halftime of game number 2 between Northern Iowa and Southern Illinois. We're tied up at 20. Let's take a look at the first half stats, and something that really stands out. Northern Iowa gets to the free throw line 11 times, but they only hit 6. The Salukis, meanwhile, just 2 free throw attempts. They go 1 for 2. Shooting percentage, Northern Iowa at 30, Southern Illinois much better at 39%. The largest lead of the first half was Northern Iowa by 6. That was early on. We've also had 2 lead changes in this ball game as well. The stats brought to you by Purina. It's 2020. This is halftime, brought to you by Poor Richards in Game 2 of the MVC semifinal Saturday in St. Louis. The play-by-play will come your way next.
Today's ConAgra Foods Where Are They Now? Spotlight shines on John Wooden, a master's graduate at Indiana State University. Wooden served as Sycamore's head men's basketball coach for 2 seasons and compiled a record of 44-15. After his tenure at ISU, he went on to win 620 games and captured 10 national championships with the UCLA Bruins. The Wizard of Westwood still resides in Southern California. ConAgra Foods, maker of Banquet, Chef Boyardee, Ready Whip, and other favorites.
I knew he'd come in handy someday.
I'm State Farm Agent Ephraim Sanchez, and this is a true story.
I never knew that his good grades would save us money on car insurance.
I never knew he could get good grades.
He cheated.
He had a tutor. When I found out about Mark's grades, I got him a good student discount.
Dad, if you get me a car, we could get another discount.
Mark's getting a car?
That's so not fair.
More drivers get more discounts from State Farm than anybody else. See what a State Farm agent could save you today.
Like a good neighbor.
State Farm is there.
The Missouri Valley Conference celebrates athletic excellence, bringing you non-stop red-hot collegiate basketball. There's another team in town that we're privileged to support, the Bob Costas Cancer Center at Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. The Cancer Center provides state-of-the-art technology, a child-friendly environment, and compassionate care to children who are diagnosed with cancer and other blood disorders. The Missouri Valley Conference and the Bob Costas Cancer Center. We're here for the kids. Give us a hand.
So that's the last slide, right?
Right. So I'm hitting send?
Yeah. Wait. Who's presenting in Chicago?
McLean.
McLean?
Yeah, he can do it. Right?
We know why you fly. We're American Airlines. And when you fly American, get our lowest fares at AA.com, guaranteed.
I'm thinking of a number between 450 and 850. Do you know what it is? It's my credit score, and it happens to be 720. The higher my credit score, the better chance I have of saving a lot of money. Do you know your credit score? Do you know what's in your credit report? You can find out right now at freecreditreport.com. You can even print it out if you want to. How much easier could it get? Log on to freecreditreport.com. That's freecreditreport.com.
Free credit report offer applies with enrollment in Triple Advantage.
Today's Mohila Missouri Valley Conference famous alum is Jerry Sloan, a 65 grad of Evansville. Sloan is one of only 2 players in UE history to produce 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. A 2-time All-American, he powered the Purple Aces to national titles in 64 and 65. The 1998 NBA Coach of the Year selection, Sloan is in his 18th season as the head man of Utah. When considering loan options for your education, be sure to call 1-800-6-MOHILA, and you too may someday become a famous Missouri Valley Conference alum.
The State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Tournament is brought to you by Budweiser. Bright, crisp, clean, pure. This is Budweiser. This is beer. By Conagra Foods, maker of Banquet, Chef Boyardee, Ready Whip, and other favorites. By Pepsi-Cola, the official soft drink of the Missouri Valley Conference. By John Q. Hammons Hotels, the leading independent owner and manager of upscale hotels and meeting facilities. And by Aeropostale, providing scholarships through sponsorship with athletically inspired, comfortable clothes at reasonable prices. Bradley awaits the final. You look at Savas Center, downtown St. Louis. Bradley's already in the finals tomorrow. Northern Iowa and Southern Illinois slugging it out 20-20 at halftime. Let's go to Tom Ackerman.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Another tight game, and your club has become very accustomed to these.
We've had a lot of them this year and had a couple of them against the Saluki, so I'm not surprised at this one. But they've got 14 points in the paint to our 6. We got to the free throw line. We just didn't make our free throws, so we need to try to get back there the second half.
Good luck in the second half. Thanks.
Our chat with the coaches all year brought to you by Mercy Health Plans, an innovative health management company, empowering members to make healthy choices. The way we care makes all the difference. Some noteworthy non-numbers, if I could say that. Ben Jacobson, the leading active scorer in Arch Madness history, scoreless. So was Tony Young, and we've seen him explode in the second half of the season for Southern Illinois. We got folks with bagels on their plate.
Bruce McCowan, who's the leading scorer in the history of the state of Iowa. Is that right? He's got a 0. I'm telling you, it's baskets are hard to come by, and then I think people have rushed some shots. Be interesting to see again where coaches go in first play of the second half. Always fun.
Tatum leads Southern Illinois with 6 points, while Eric Crawford leading Northern Iowa with 9. And there's a quick bucket. Eric Coleman-Spoon, that's his first field goal to go with 5 made free throws.
Cowan again screening across. I would think something's going to be done. Try to get the ball into the paint. And the fouls, I tell you, if you can get another foul on Stout, that keeps him on the bench, and that's been big as far as this game.
Butch Falker, boom. Shot to the back of the head. It's okay, it's an inbounds play. Mullins chases it down.
And McCown starts the second half soft on Mullins. Falker was open for a minute after the screen, but it was missed by Young.
There's a bump. Jacobson bumping. Young trying to turn the corner. First foul on Jacobson.
Falker's back doing his job. He's going to try to get somebody open. He'll screen and then re-screen if he has to.
Just inside the line, Matt Shaw with 2. He's got 6. We're tied at 22. Bradley beat Wichita State earlier.
Too little on big screens. That time it was by Jacobson.
Coleman with a kick out. Little. In this game, you better lock your back porch. You can see the front porch, but they're going to come in the back door. Seen it happen before. 2 to shoot for Jacobson. Little no.
Oh, nice rebound. Near rebound.
Stout, the leading rebounder in the conference. 9 boards a game.
When you get an open look, you need to take the shot. Because there's not going to be many.
Coleman wants it again. Little trying to get out of the corner, and he got popped. A hit in the back or the hip.
And they're saying, how does he get hurt? And the official's probably saying self-inflicted. Because I've heard that before.
See where he gets hit here. He's grabbing a rib too. You know what? He kind of just turned awkward. You didn't need to see that.
No, if he does that at my age, he'd be in the training room for about the 6-day deal.
He's kind of been going through that. 22-22 tie. There's a tough shot by Jacobson. His first points of the game.
That was good defense, too. That was a very earned basket.
We have seen the young lad do it many times before. Tatum, stout with the block. Second in the league in blocks behind O'Brien of Bradley.
Here's the man needs to get started right here.
Mullins stripping Coleman.
He'll do that, won't he? Mullins spends a lot of time for a little point guard, a lot of time around the basket pestering people.
He'll sneak in the back porch, too, if you leave it unlocked. Leads the league in steals. Falker, and there's that left hand we saw develop as the season progressed.
Each basket's hard to get, and it's nobody's. There's no gimmies.
Falker didn't get the black shoe memo, evidently. He's got his white shoes on. They're untied. They haven't seen that.
Well, he's 0 for 2. He's got the wrong shoes. He needs to wear loafers. Somebody needs to point that out, or he'll find out soon enough.
Tatum, little bump and grind. He's got the foul. His first.
Falker is the only one with white shoes. I was checking the bench. There's a cameraman with green socks. That may be the ugliest pair of socks I've ever seen to go with those legs.
Even assistant coach Rodney Watson with black shoes on. Falker changed his shoes at halftime. You know why he didn't score?
There's your double team. Hard to double twice in one possession. That was a good look that time. That was one of the best looks. Crawford got it, just didn't hit the shot.
24-24 tie. The Salukis have not led since early in the game.
You get an easy basket some way, Mitch, or some unheard of basket like that one right there.
Well, Mullins has already given him an unheard of 3.
Oh, my, there's your play.
Tony Young's first bucket of the game. You mentioned it earlier. Could they get anything out of their defense? They just did. And Jacobson, the veteran, got picked.
They got another one, maybe.
Oh, the long arm of the law. Eric Coleman got it.
A hustle play backfires on the Salukis that time. That was a very, very good defensive effort that just went south.
The elongated man, Eric Coleman's long arms, got it. He wants out. Coleman's gassed. Tied at 26, just getting good. Shaw
buried Coleman in the post that time. She said, got tired. The place to be tired is on this end, the offensive end, not the defensive end.
He was tugging on his jersey. John Little's at the table, but they can't get a stoppage play to get him in. There's a favorite Northern Iowa play. They slip lob, and they couldn't get it done that time. Southern Illinois waiting on it.
Now you're trying to get a 4-point lead, and that'll seem like a 10-point lead if you can get it.
There's the guy that might do it, because Little Egypt is barking. Egyptian dogs barking with a 2-point lead at the 14-12 mark of the game.
Cowan's got a group of people guarding him.
And Jacobson starting to hit shots. 2 this half. He's got 5.
Just about the time you think you're going to get a little bit of a cushion, something comes back to get you. It drags you back.
Jacobson just 5 of his last 18 from 3. Mullins, can he hit 2 in one game? No.
That one didn't have the rotation that the one that went in did.
It looked like a screwball. That had weird rotation on it.
Good pass would have been a basket that time. It looks almost like Coleman's giving in a little bit to being tired. Scout didn't. Of course, he rested the first half.
Well, they wanted a sub for him, but there's just been not a stoppage of play to get these guys at the table in. Way off by Jacobson. Save. Clock. Strike. 2. That's barely a 2 by Crawford. He's got 11.
I think this will be the timeout, and nobody's happier about it than Coleman. He might stop and shake hands with the Saluki bench on that.
31-28, Northern Iowa, 12:55 to go. Ben Jacobson has struggled from the floor in February, but in March, starting to warm it up.
Where were you when he hit the 3? Where were you when the crowd went wild? Where were you when he slammed, jammed, dunked? Where were you when... Yeah, where were you? This year, don't miss the State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Tournament, March 2nd through 5th at Savvis Center. Get your tickets now.
If I were you, I'd expect lavish guest rooms and gorgeous lake views from a 4-diamond hotel. If I were you, I'd expect to be entertained, wined, and dined. And if I so choose, pampered by day or exhausted by night. And if I were you, I'd want it all. Very close, yet seemingly far away. Chateau on the Lake Resort and Spa. More than you expect. Closer than you think.
Why can't I come up? Sorry, Sarah, but there's no girls allowed. Not even girls with old recipe ice cream?
Prairie Farms Premium Old Recipe Ice Cream is full of all the homemade goodness that smart women know kids love.
So from now on, there are going to be some new rules around here. Huh? Okay?
Mm-hmm. Taste the homemade goodness of Old Recipe Ice Cream.
Northern Iowa leading 31-28, 12:55 to go in the game. Let's look at the bracket from March Madness. Brought to you by Casey's General Store, a convenience store and a whole lot more. It's Casey's General Store.
Well, as my grandpa used to say, pretty explanatory itself. Pretty good teams already gone home, Mitch. Missouri State was really playing well till they ran into UNI last night. The game right up here with Wichita State, that hurts them. I'm sure that they're in the tournament, but I know that they wanted to win and go ahead and run through the bracket.
Missouri State with an outstanding RPI, even though losing in the quarterfinals. And a team that will get very strong consideration to make the NCAA tournament field, or should.
I thought when they beat Creighton in the last regular season game, that pretty well let them in the tournament. I thought one of those two would get in off that win.
Again, a great RPI, great year for Barry Hinson late in the year. But here, Northern Iowa and Southern Illinois trying to get to Bradley in the finals.
What is Budweiser? It's bright, the look of perfection. It's crisp with ideal flavor. It's clean for a great finish. It's pure, made with the finest all-natural ingredients.
This is Budweiser. This is clean. Budweiser.
This is Budweiser. This is beer.
A Casey's Pizza, you bet.
Casey's handmade from scratch pizza, made fresh with all your favorite toppings loaded on. We pile on the fresh ingredients real heavy. Just call ahead. Stop by and try to resist a slice on your way home.
Hey, hon.
Hi. Where's the pizza?
All month, get free cheese breadsticks with the purchase of any large pizza. Loaded up so heavy, it stays with you.
It's Casey's General Store.
It's good to get what you pay for, but it's even better to get more. The Thomasville Anniversary Sale is all about beautiful, quality crafted furnishings at impressive sale prices. And now, get so much more, because Thomasville has authorized unprecedented price rollbacks on some of your favorite collections. So many great looks, so little time.
Available at Coleman Roads in downtown West Frankfort.
World Grand Champion Barbecue is just down the street at 17th Street Bar and Grill in Murfreesboro. If you love barbecue as much as we do, then 17th Street is the place. Come on in for our famous slow-cooked ribs, barbecue, steak, seafood, chicken, burgers, salads, and homemade desserts. You'll want to try everything. We have catering too. Want it to go? Just call ahead and we'll have your food ready. Come on in. We're waiting for you.
At 17th Street Bar and Grill, things are really cooking.
77-2-GET-FCS. Your home for the Missouri Valley Conference is FSN Midwest.
31-28, Northern Iowa on top of Southern Illinois. Second half action in game number 2 of our doubleheader. When Metro Sports takes its television cameras on the road, it considers these hotel properties its home away from home. Please call these hotels or visit the websites of these properties when following your favorite team. If you're just joining us from the Savas Center in downtown St. Louis, 60-52, number 5 Bradley advances to the championship. We have had record crowds this weekend. Another one here, Mitch Holtzis, looks like it's going to be set this afternoon.
Northern Iowa's turned out with record sales. Wichita State with a record group, Dan. And a bunch of Salukis have worked their way into the building. Mullins. No.
Jacobson a little more careful with the ball around young that time.
Northern Iowa gets a bucket here and takes a 5 or 6 point lead. It's going to seem like 15. McCowan with 6 to shoot.
Got to the goal, just didn't get the basket.
Clemens, one of the youngsters on this team. In fact, it's a very young Southern Illinois team. 6 of the top 9 players, freshmen or sophomores. Salukis have been to the NCAA's 4 straight years. Last year beat St. Mary's before losing to Oklahoma State in Oklahoma City.
Salukis going small. They've got Really 4 guards on the floor.
Tatum sets up Foster. Jamal Foster with the bucket, the assist to Jamal Tatum.
Tatum's dribble penetration forced the help.
Badly needed bucket for Southern Illinois. Stout wants it to go against Foster. Crawford robbed after he got Young in the air.
Another tip back. Ooh. Stout open if they can find him.
Young had to foul to prevent an easy basket.
And that came off the pick and roll, Mitch, right there.
First foul on Young. Second team foul. 31-30. Still 10:36 to go.
Ma'am, you don't have it, do you?
I do. I have just.
Mind stepping out of the car, ma'am?
Cool. Mom's going to jail.
I'm State Farm agent Bob Cottle, and this is a true story.
I didn't have proof of my insurance.
You know you're supposed to have that with you at all times, right?
Yes.
I didn't want her to have to go to court.
He brushed it right over. He came to the scene. I couldn't believe it.
You know, with that kind of service, maybe I should switch my insurance.
Great service and great rates. You can get it all from State Farm. Let us prove it to you. Talk to an agent today.
Like a good neighbor?
State Farm is there.
Why is Sirius the choice in satellite radio?
It feels like you get every song ever made. Rock, pop, hip-hop, no commercials.
We get a ton of music, no commercials. It's comedy, no bleeps. You know what I'm saying?
If it involves a uniform, a stick, a ball, bang, it's right in there.
Bang, NFL is in there.
It's the best thing I ever put in my car. Next to him.
It's flat out better than regular radio. It's more than just radio. It's Sirius satellite radio. Right now, get a Sirius satellite radio for under $50.
So that's the last slide, right?
Right. So I'm hitting send?
Yeah. Wait. Who's presenting in Chicago?
McLean.
McLean?
Yeah, he can do it. Right?
We know why you fly. We're American Airlines. And when you fly American, get our lowest fares at AA.com, guaranteed.
Bro, you see that?
What?
At Chris Lowry's wife, Erica. 31-30, Northern Iowa. A great lady. 10:36 remaining in the game. Let's go to Tom Ackerman.
Mitch, the Valley just announced that attendance for today's session is 17,772, the largest crowd in Missouri Valley Conference tournament history. The previous single session record was in the 2003 semifinals, and through 4 sessions, the tournament attendance this year just under 50,000, 49,770. That's already the 4th highest tournament total in league history. We have another day tomorrow, and as Doug Elgin, the commissioner, mentioned to me recently, the fact that the final is on Sunday could increase attendance.
Yeah, pushing everything back a day. That and the way this league has just been off the chain. Doug Elgin, the commissioner of the league, that is a proud papa. I'm telling you. But Spoon, he's worked so hard to elevate this league, from scheduling to helping administrators build an infrastructure. It's happening up and down the conference.
League's better from top to bottom, as you've mentioned. The other thing, it's just like little things. It's not little. Officiating. The officiating's better because they've given Jim Bain the wherewithal to bring in more people and better people.
Now, if you sit down for a game of spades with people that follow college basketball and said, list your top basketball officials in Division I, we've seen most of them work this league this year.
That's for sure. Well, we had Burr, Higgins just for 2 in the last couple of days. Welmer, Hillary. I mean, just
Collins, Sanzier, and Higgins working this one.
extended pressure right here, and I have a hunch this might be pretty effective.
32-30 Northern Iowa. Still 10-10 to go. Bradley awaiting the winner in tomorrow's finals.
Jacobson's so smart. He uses his body to get a little separation, but now no one to throw it to. Now that makes Jacobson look bad, but Mitch, there's no one open. You have to work to get open. If you can't just stand or stick your hand up, you've either got to break and get open, or you've got to screen and get someone else open.
I don't know if I have it.
32-30 Northern Iowa. 9:58 to go in the game. Chris Lowry trying to figure out a way to score. It's been hard to do throughout this entire tournament.
Steal it and go down the floor, as Young did earlier. Those type baskets seem like they're worth about a touchdown.
In these kind of games? Set play, Jacobson. Falker was there to defend and board. Pretty good idea for Northern Iowa, Spence.
Oh, they had everything was right. The ball just didn't go in the basket. And now going to Falker's a good idea right here.
They double him post to post. Young just got 4. He's gone to the basket twice.
Quick right there. Clemens down the floor trying to guard. One of the nice things for Clemens as a freshman, being able to go down and play and understand playing that hard defensively. Because a lot of times freshmen think if they're 6 feet from you, bent over, they're in a defensive, that's a defensive stance, and it really isn't.
I get a feeling that's one of the first things that's brought up at Southern Illinois' practices.
After you've been recruited. Now you're here, we're fixing to guard a lot.
Added 32, just under 9 minutes left in the game. Bradley beat Wichita State earlier.
There'll be help right here, or there usually is. Good look for Stout, he just didn't make the shot.
Walker with the rebound. Salukis can take the lead. Little Egypt cast their vote for a Saluki bucket here. Tatum. Spoon, the 3 ball has not been there. They're 1 for 7 from 3, but that is now 12 points from the 2 guards, Young and Tatum, at the goal.
Hardest thing to do in basketball right now is guard a dribble. Officials have been told and instructed not to let you put your hands on people.
Crawford, he's hit so many big shots. Out off Southern Illinois.
Probably tickled to death to get that overshot. Here's Tatum, and he starts, hesitates a little bit here when the help comes. Uh-oh, here I go again. Pretty good idea. And that's not an easy shot.
He tricked Eric Crawford.
And that's not easy to do. Both these teams, Mitch, help so well. They help a great deal, and they help very well. See, there comes help by Falker.
That's a great lean-in by Jacobson.
Jacobson's stronger than he looks. You just look at him, you think, he's all right. But he bumps into people, and he doesn't bounce backwards. He keeps going where he wants to go.
First team All-Valley. Athletic, tough. Leads the league in minutes played.
Left hand here.
Tied at 34.
Good defense right there. An illegal screen, I think. Yeah. You set as many screens as Falker does, that's going to happen to you.
3 fouls on Falker, just 4 team fouls on Southern Illinois. Still 7-11 to go, and all not enough.
Your car knows there's a new O'Reilly Auto Parts store. That means better parts, better people, and better prices are just around the corner. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices.
As forecasted, in rolls the archenemy, cumulonimbus behemoths, spilling torrents, and crackling flashes in the night, humbling Dobermans and tumbling oak trees. But in the real world, there is no Hall of Justice, just a legion of men and women who've traded in their capes and hero mobiles for canvas coveralls and bucket trucks.
710 Bookstore is your one stop for another great season of Saluki athletics. 710 Bookstore is a place for Saluki fans of all ages with a winning selection of sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats, banners, bumper stickers, and more. A sea of maroon to choose from, enough to prove you're a #1 fan. 710 Bookstore has been a proud supporter of Saluki athletics for over 35 years and has the latest and officially licensed SIU and printed clothing. With plenty of free parking and convenient hours, 710 Bookstore is your place to load up on your Saluki maroon at the game, on the strip, or online at 710.com.
Credit problems? The all-new Heartland Ford Incorporated can and will help now.
Bad credit, no problem. Bankruptcy, repossession, no problem.
With numerous lenders at our disposal, Heartland Ford will find the financing for the vehicle that fits your needs.
Call or stop by Heartland Ford Incorporated in DuQuoin, right across from the fairgrounds.
With the purchase of any new or pre-owned vehicle, you'll be registered to win this new Ford Focus to be given away in December. And remember, if we can't beat your best deal on a new Ford, we'll give you $500.
On Fox.
7-11 to play. The winner will get Bradley in the championship. Both these teams have shot the basketball much better here in the second half. Northern Iowa 40%, Southern Illinois at 50%. Time now for This Date in History, brought to you by the Renaissance Grand Hotel St. Louis. Back in 1987, the first ever State Farm MVC Tournament final that required OT. Wichita State collected 14 points and 10 rebounds from Steve Grayer to edge Tulsa 79-74. The Renaissance Grand Hotel St. Louis, the official St. Louis hotel of the Missouri Valley Conference. And Mitch, the winner, gets Bradley tomorrow. Bradley, of course, won in game number 1. For those of you just joining us, 60-52. Back to you.
And Danny Mack, the good news is somebody's going to win this game. The bad news is they're going to have to play Bradley tomorrow. Those guys, we said it before, we could put a phone number up here and try to take calls to see who wants to play Bradley right now. But are they playing good basketball?
And they're defending. That's the thing that sets them apart right now. They're defending so well.
Mullins got the pick and then the kick. Mullins sneaky. 9th in the nation, getting 3 steals per game for Chris Lowry's Salukis.
At the end of this day, Jacobson's going to think he's joined at the hip with Young. Pretty good idea that Northern Iowa had. Enter the ball to a smaller player and then have him distribute from the post area. Not bad.
.636 to go. Chris Lowry. Twice winning this as a point guard in 93 and 94 for Rich Herron and the Salukis. They won 3 in a row in the mid-90s. They've had 4 total titles in Arch Madness.
Tatum just missed that. He got separation.
To shoot. Stout, offensive foul.
Stout set 2 screens, and the second screen he was still moving. At times, that's not the screener's fault, Mitch. If you put the ball on the floor as the guard while he's still moving, you've got to give him a chance to get set. Wasn't a horrible bump, but it's still a bump. There's an advantage game.
6 minutes to go. Southern Illinois tied at 34 with Northern Iowa. They played overtime in Cedar Falls. It was a 46-45 game in Carbondale when Tony Young hit a last-second shot. Mullins, another three. Pumps his fist in the air. It bears repeating, 1-3 make between today and January 19th. He's got 2 today. He thinks he's Kent Williams.
He's enjoying those threes.
37-34, Southern Illinois.
Walker with another good rebound. I thought Jacobson maybe had one of his few open looks there, and he just wasn't used to it and didn't take it.
And now the Egyptian Dogs will deflate it for a while.
Still a lot of basketball to be played. Little doing a very, very good job on a hard player to guard.
Staff's going to be careful. He's got 3 fouls. Tatum, air ball.
You have to be careful that you don't lose your momentum by hanging on to it a little bit too much at this point in the game.
Well, that's a fine line. You don't want to shoot it quick and stupid, but yet.
Oh, and Tatum, I think Tatum was trying to be aggressive with the ball. He just got guarded, which seems to be a fairly common occurrence in this game.
Northern Iowa down 3. There's your lob play again.
Screen across the lane. That time Stout didn't take it. He faked like he was coming across, then bounced back, and there was a lob, a great lob. Nice play.
Northern Iowa's got a patent on that. And they run it, and they run it, and they run it. 37-36, Southern Illinois, 4:13 remaining in the game.
Chris Lowry's seen that play before, and he expects his players to defend that a little better than what they did, as you can tell at the timeout by his action.
Take a look at our game reset, a presentation of Charter Communications, your one-stop entertainment provider of digital TV, high-speed internet, and telephone services. 1-888-GET-CHARTER. Still plenty of timeouts, both sides. But here's something to look at. Look at this. It is a long time before anybody gets to the bonus here. Only 8 fouls called in the first 13-plus minutes of this half.
A lot of games this year, Mitch, we've said, well, they're really letting them play when we thought people were getting bumped. I just think this has been a very well-played defensive basketball game. I haven't seen many fouls that I thought should have been called. I just think it's been good defense.
Salukis down in Carbondale to this team, 14-2. Fought back to win by 1. They were down in the first half of this game. Now they lead by 1. With the ball, they lose it. Jacobson steals it.
Look at Falker come and help. You don't get many centers down the floor that agile. Oh, my.
Young, and that is his second foul in nanoseconds. He has 3 fouls for the game. The All-Valley selection with his 3rd foul. Still not in the bonus, so Northern Iowa.
A 14-year study by Purina proves that proper feeding over a lifetime, beginning with puppy chow, can help add up to 2 healthy years to your dog's life. Long live your puppy, long live your dog. Purina Puppy Chow. A 14-year study by Purina proves that dog chow nutrition, fed properly over a lifetime, can help add up to 2 healthy years to your dog's life. Long live your running partner, long live your dog. Purina Dog Chow.
I want my checkbook to balance just once before I die.
I want to trick myself into saving money.
I want to pay my bills promptly. For once.
I want to do everything online, like the kids do.
I want to see the top of my desk again. I want to say, the check's in the email.
I want to be, well,
I want to be a financial grown-up.
At National City, we want to make banking simple for lives that aren't.
I want to be the boss of my money. Yeah.
We're going to party.
run, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing along. All night long. Oh, all night long. All night.
Energy meets soda. Introducing Mountain Dew MDX. Be nocturnal.
Call today and get your next notebook from Dell, home of America's favorite notebooks. Get this Inspiron notebook with an Intel Celeron M processor for only $499 after mail-in rebate. It's the perfect balance of mobility, price, and productivity. Plus, get a free printer. It's more than just a notebook. It's a Dell.
37-36, Southern Illinois by a digit with 3:49 to go in the game. Bradley awaits the winner. A couple guys we want to acknowledge. Mike Kern, Associate Commissioner of the Missouri Valley Conference for Media Relations. Spoonie's busted his butt, and he is Sports Illustrated, Sporting News, New York Times, on. And Jack Watkins, who is about as passionate as anybody you'll find, Associate Commissioner of this league, and has built quite an empire with his television network.
And about as nice a people as you're ever going to find. That's a lot of times you find people are good at their job, but you don't like to be around them, and that's not the case with the Valley people.
They deserve all the accolades that they are getting nationally. Commitment by the administrators, great coaches, tough teams, and tough players. And now the nation notices.
Hard to get a shot.
Deep one, Jacobson.
Now that's after working really hard to get a shot, to get a good shot, and that's how well the Salukis are playing defense.
Cowan bumping Mullins. No call. Northern Iowa's only got 3 team fouls.
And that can be an issue, because late in the game you may need to put somebody on the line, unless you can get the lead.
Tatum. Boy, he curls hard and comes to the ball, and the ball just doesn't go down for him in this game.
He does everything right, Mitch. He turns his shoulders. Everything he needs to do, he does.
Northern Iowa can take the lead, 37-36, Southern Illinois. 2:25 remaining in the game.
Double team. 15 on the clock now.
Crawford looked like he turned down a pretty good 2 after he ball faked on the 3.
I bet you anything, as hard as shots are to get, his coaches wish he'd have taken that. He may not feel comfortable off the move still with that foot. 15, you better start right now if you're going to get a shot against this team.
Young, still with Jacobson. Little. He's been a big shot artist for this team. First, second half points, John Little. Northern Iowa's got the lead.
Just getting ready to say, that's, if you're going to just score, that's a big one to get.
Little loves that baseline. 1:57 to go.
This is a hard shot off the move on the baseline. Nothing materializes with your 2 seniors out front, so Little has to make this play right here. You can see Tatum disappointed with himself that happened.
Little had to step up this year with Eric Crawford's injury. We saw him carry his team against Missouri State when he had 19. Before this year, really just a sub-in defender guy. This year, able to score. Now, where does Southern go to get its points with inside of 2 minutes to go?
Well, they haven't had great success with their normal scores with Tatum and Young. That hasn't been there. Mullins has been the surprise, shooting the threes.
To shoot. Mullins needs help. Shaw, foul. And they're going to rule it on the shot, so Shaw's going to get free throws.
It's a hard thing to do, but if you find yourself beat on a cut and you have fouls to waste, and not waste, but use, if you can foul before you get into this situation, putting people on the line, it's really a good thing to do. But Mitch, you spend all winter saying don't foul, don't foul, don't foul. Pretty hard to say foul.
And it takes a real aware player to understand the situation. But if you get one like that knows, hang on to him. Game tied. Shaw hit one, missed one. Shaw's got 9. Knotted up at 38. 1:30 remaining in the game. This game just like the one in Carbondale at the end of the regular season.
Now here's probably the screen on the baseline. And then the back, yeah, there's the same one. That's the one that the guy can bump back on, the center can bump back on. He just didn't. Close to 5 count here.
Jacobson nails it out of the top of Mullins. Mullins on the all-defensive team, and Jacobson doesn't care.
Well, that won't take him off the team. That was good defense. That's a hard basket.
40-38 Northern Iowa, inside of a minute.
Still got fouls if you're Northern Iowa, if you need them.
31-second differential.
See, that's fine. That foul didn't bother anybody. You saw Jacobson then. He knows. All you got to do is watch his head, and he's agreeing. Well, here he is offensively. That's just a hard basket. He didn't get loose. No separation. He just made a hard shot.
He's got a scrapbook full of shots like that for the University of Northern Iowa.
When your coach greets you like that after you fouled, you've done something right. Usually when you foul, you hate to go see them, particularly a big old coach.
Let's go ahead and announce our players of the game, brought to you by State Farm. First of all, for Southern Illinois, Brian Mullins. He hit 2 threes. That's what wasn't expected, but his defense and leadership was.
The threes are just gravy. There's your dribble penetration. That's a play made for him. And he looked good on that shot. He was happy about it. But he's defended well, handled the basketball. He's for a freshman, pretty good freshman there.
And for the University of Northern Iowa, Eric Crawford, who's in the middle of that huddle with Greg McDermott, because he gave this team points when they were badly needing them.
Hit the threes. He hit 2 threes early. He's got 3 offensive rebounds to go with it. You can tell he's still not 100% comfortable out there, but it's the kind of guy you need on the floor if you're trying to win a ball game.
This team, more than likely, Northern Iowa headed to the NCAA tournament. He'll get another week to rest. That'll help him. Our players of the game brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. But if he wins this game, he's got 1 more to go tomorrow.
I would think a week of rest would be good for Northern Iowa in toto, the whole team. 35 on the clock right here.
12-second differential.
You just don't want to give up a 3 right now if you're Northern Iowa.
Young still fouls to give. Mullins with the left hand.
Oh my, hit that.
What were you saying about the freshman?
I said he was pretty good.
I think his intestines go up into his neck. This kid's tough. Limping over to the huddle. Watch this shot to tie the game.
Nothing materializes for anyone else. There's really nothing good going on right here except this shot at the back end. That doesn't go down. Salukis are in huge trouble right here. You practice that every day, as long as the coaches aren't out on the floor.
There's your drive for 5, still alive. Southern Illinois trying to make its 5th consecutive NCAA tournament. But now Chris Lowry, 5th best team in the country defensively, has got to defend Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa's got the luxury of taking the clock all the way down, Spoon.
It's pretty hard to do and then get a good shot. If the other team that you're playing against will kind of huddle around and protect the goal, and you can stand around, pass it, and think, it's pretty good. Because then you'll say, well, we'll run our play with 7 seconds or whatever. These guys aren't going to do that. The Salukis, they're going to come down the floor, and they're going to make life miserable.
It's a game reset. Salukis out of timeouts. Neither team is in the bonus yet, although the next foul on the Salukis would put Northern Iowa 1-1.
And this is a good idea. Remember, we talked about this, having your four-man bring the ball down the floor. Now, somebody's got to come get the ball from you.
When do you start if you're Northern Iowa?
7, probably.
Game tied at 40. Bradley awaits the winner. Jacobson with the ball is hit. Big shot after big shot.
Started it with 6. There's the shot.
Jacobson, no. About 5 extra minutes. Well, they did it in Cedar Falls. They almost did it in Carbondale. Did you really expect anything different?
I've been waiting for an overtime ball game. I thought with all the good teams, all the parity, I thought we'd have more of this. Well, you got your senior the shot, Mitch. And he really comes fairly clean right here. Got a good guy screening that doesn't move on the screen. There's pretty good defense, too. There are hands around him. Smart not to foul by Little right there, too.
A pretty good candidate, the leading active scorer in Arch Madness history, to try to give him the look. Last year against Wichita State, hit a shot at the buzzer in Wichita that arguably shot Northern Iowa into the NCAA tournament. So put 5 more on the board.
Well, he started that with about, 5.7. So he was thinking around 6 or 7 to go. There would have been time for a rebound. There would have been time for a pass to someone and a shot.
This has happened before. Do you realize the score? Well, at halftime of this game was 20-20. Now it's 40-40. But the score at the end of regulation back on January 16th at the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Iowa, was 48-48. The score at the game a week ago in Carbondale was 46-45. Let's go to Tom Ackerman.
Mitch, the Missouri Valley Conference tells me the last time that there was an overtime game in the semifinals of the tournament, Charlie Spoonhour was coaching Southwest Missouri State 1992 when the Bears beat Illinois State 61-58. That's the last time we've had an overtime game in the semis.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
What'd you do to get the Redbirds that day?
Let's see. Rodney Perry made a good play that he broke the play and messed it up and got a basket. We did it wrong, as I recall. Pick and roll.
Sweet move. And an and one. Crawford got there too late. And Randall Falker gets his 3rd and 4th points of the game.
You just don't expect a basket to come this easy. It's a high pick and roll. Here comes Falker back. Now here's the coup de grace right here is a little hard for him to add on though.
Only 54% at the line for the. Oh, he got it. 3-point play, Falker. He'd only made 4 of his last 12 free throws. And as tough as points are to get in this game, a 3-point possession looms large. Could be an answer right there for 3. No. Little with the board. Greg McDermott, you see him at the top of the screen directing traffic. He is an air traffic control over there. You go here, you go here.
Look at Chris on the other end. He's guarding. We got one guarding and one saying shooting.
Young sneaking in there.
Oh. Passed up a shot with 10 on the shot clock, and now it's down to 7.
Crawford to tie it. Nope. The shot clock violation before the tip by Stout. And you go back, Charlie, to the 3 that Jacobson passed up, and you had a feeling they weren't going to get as good a look after that one.
There was nothing there. No, that's the thing in a game where the defense is this good. If you get an open look, you need to take it, even though you may not be comfortable. Nice job of closing out by Shaw. Shot clock's dead, as you can see right there, before the shot was ever taken.
Northern Iowa 3-1 this year in overtime games, including a win over Iowa in overtime at the Unidome on December 6th, the same night Indiana State beat Indiana.
Well, another basket. If you're Southern Illinois, you don't feel good, but you got some breathing room, because getting getting one basket's hard enough. Good defense right there, my goodness.
5 to shoot. And a foul. Little at the grab. And that will put Southern Illinois in the 1-1.
As hard as these teams have played, it's difficult to imagine that it would take them 22 minutes to put somebody in the 1-1. That's what's happened. And this is not, if you're Northern Iowa, a good man to send to the line.
8-0 is the percentage for Jamal Tatum at the line. There's a tip out.
I'm telling you, this league leads the nation in tip outs.
The Valley Tip Out DVD available on Charlie's website.
That kills you. Missed shot and then a rebound. It just absolutely just.
2:40 left in the overtime. 3-point lead for the Egyptian Dogs. Shaw fouled Stout.
And another good free throw shooter goes to the line.
4 fouls on Grant Stout. There, he's got his note cards out. The computer must have gone down. He's going to put Coleman in. Then he said, "Nah, go back, sit down." Shaw's got a couple shots here.
Looking at Mullins over on the side as he leaves the court. He must have sprained an ankle or got kicked in the leg or something, because he wasn't moving too fast.
Spoon, he was limping earlier after he hit that tough runner for the 2. Tied the game in regulation. Limping around like he got kicked. 45-40. Southern Illinois. 2:30 to go. And now a sense of urgency for Northern Iowa.
And the white shirts are talking about stops. That's what they're thinking about. There's the lob again. My gosh, they did it again. That's the play. You're going to look at the Southern bench. The Southern bench is just having a fit, because that's the play right there where he doesn't accept the screen. It's called a bump back, and they lob over the top. There's a screen for him. You can see the guard setting the screen. He just doesn't use it.
When we got married, suddenly we had 2 of everything.
They had a lot of stuff.
2 dinette sets, 2 dogs.
2 car insurance companies.
I'm State Farm agent Joan Roysum, and this is a true story.
We had to get rid of a few things.
Yeah, mainly my things.
He had State Farm.
She had a gecko.
I helped them compare rates and coverage.
It was no comparison.
He was right. For once.
This time, one of my things stayed.
Last year, 1.3 million drivers switched to State Farm. Call an agent today and you'll switch too.
Like a good neighbor,
State Farm is there.
This is who I am. This is where I'm from. This is what I believe in when the day is done. This is Budweiser. This is clear. Budweiser. King is here. This is Budweiser. This is beer.
Hello, I'm Orville Redenbacher from Valparaiso, Indiana. And this is 4 ounces of my Orville Redenbacher's Gourmet Pumping Corn. And this is 4 ounces of your ordinary pumping corn. That's popping okay. But look at mine, it's blowing the top right off of the popper. My Gourmet Popping Corn pops up lighter and fluffier than ordinary corn. Eats better, too. Orville Redenbacher's Gourmet Popping Corn. Try it.
Kansas and Charlie Spoonhour. Arch Madness semifinal overtime. Bradley has already won, beating the 1 seed Wichita State. Here's Southern Illinois and UNI replicating what happened between these two teams in the regular season. 3-point lead for Southern Illinois, and now Northern Iowa. We have seen them, you know, they don't press much. But we saw them when they pressed Missouri State, and they won the game.
And remember, we talked to Coach afterwards, and he said, we don't practice it a great deal, but for some reason our kids are smart and they know where to go. And they have, and every time we've seen them use it, although they're not using it here, every time we've seen them use it, they have forced turnovers.
Three-point lead for Southern Illinois. The Salukis 20-10 with an RPI of 44. Northern Iowa 23-8 with an RPI of 21.
Mullins is healed. Someone on that bench told him to get back in. that will heal you quickly. Shot clock's under 15. It's about time to start something if you're Southern Illinois.
Mullins 7 to shoot. Shaw, big time. 13 for Matt Shaw. He's got 4 in the overtime.
And that came off a screen. That was not by accident. That was by design.
He had 16 points and 6 rebounds against Northern Iowa in Carbondale. He hit 2 big threes in that game, Spoon, to allow Southern Illinois to get the victory.
You can see Mullins looking. Now here's your screen. See the screen by Young right there? That's a good job of screening by Tony Young. Everybody thinks Young's going to shoot it, and he's a screener.
And Jacobson gets fouled, and he goes to the line to get an easy free throw down.
If you get a free throw, you've got to be so happy because now you don't have anybody guarding you.
Tony Young has 4 fouls for Southern Illinois. Still 1:36 to go.
Now you got to think about pressing if you're Northern Iowa. And here they come. Here's the press. They'll have the trap with it.
Still just a 1-possession lead for the Salukis.
No one to foul on the floor right now unless Falker gets the ball. If Falker gets the ball, like right now, but you've got a man with 4 fouls guarding him. So you can't go out and use Stout to foul. Ooh.
Now he tried to defend the clock, but Mullins has been feisty. Shaw, fresh 35, Little fouled it.
Rebounding the ball then would have been such a wonderful thing. Now Mullins is hurt. He's limping to the bench after this. I don't think anyone hit him, Mitch. I think that's just landing on his foot, and you can see him favoring his right ankle.
I thought he was looking at his left calf the last time. Now we've gone to the right ankle.
Well, they're both hurt.
Shaw to the line. He has been big time in overtime. 4 points, 2 of 2 at the line, and a field goal.
Scoring 5 or 6 points in this game, you're in a contest for high point man. As hard as this thing's played.
Shaw, we saw him hit big shots against Creighton and Carbondale this year. It's a 5-point lead for Chris Lowry's Salukis. 66 seconds to go. Bradley awaits the winner. Little.
Oh, in and out.
Stout chasing, but he's got 4 fouls. He doesn't want to foul. They foul Tatum, and it's Little, and he's going to foul out.
I don't know if Chris Lowry, no, I don't think he got the timeout. He was trying to get a timeout. 8 seconds were off the shot clock, or off the clock coming up the floor.
Well, here's a question. Plus, it was almost a 10.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
And that's why Chris Lowry was trying to get a timeout. It doesn't look like there's
no foul.
No foul. He got the timeout, saved the 10 count, and also saved Little.
So Little's still in the game. Southern Illinois has got to inbound it. Let's take a look at it. Salukis are now out of timeouts.
The whistle had blown. It looks like they were just stumbling along, but the whistle had already blown.
46.9 left. 49-44 is Southern Illinois.
Southern's probably going to send somebody long here.
Southern Illinois has scored in all 4 possessions of overtime. 3 of those 4, Matt Shaw, and there's your foul. And now the 5th foul on John Little, disqualified at 44.3 seconds left in overtime. Greg McDermott using his full time here with John Little fouling out with 6 points. And Travis Brown is going to come into the game, the freshman that played just 7 minutes in last night's win over Missouri State. But we've seen him hit big shots. There's Little going out of the game. This is Brown, the freshman. He had 3 threes against Bucknell in the bracket buster win, and Northern Iowa wouldn't have had that win in double overtime. Tatum with a pair. Southern's hit 6 straight free throws in overtime.
That's a young ball club doing that. You always think of seniors doing that.
That's a 3-possession lead. 10 points for Jamal Tatum.
And making up 7 on the Saluki defense is very, very difficult to do. Can't do it very quickly.
Crawford missing. Brown has it blocked. Foul on Jacobson. Southern Illinois has been to 4 straight NCAA tournaments. But the one thing they have not done in a while is win Arch Madness. It has been since 1995 when they won 3 in a row. But it looks like they're headed to the finals, and they will play an old rival, the Bradley Braves.
And they've split with Bradley this year.
And how close is the margin? They needed a last-second shot. Tatum missing the free throw here. They got a last-second shot by Young to beat Northern Iowa. Or they could have dropped as low as a 5 or 6 seed.
One more stop is what you need if you're wearing a white shirt. Good defense right there. Hard to get a shot.
Jacobson. Chased down by Young, and Southern Illinois is headed to the finals. Chris Lowry wanted as a point guard at 93 and 94. Has a shot at winning it as a head coach tomorrow against Bradley with an 8-point lead with 11.5 seconds to go. And as good a job as Chris Lowry did last year, taking over from Matt Painter, what a job he's done this year with 6 of his 9 top players, freshmen or sophomores.
No question about it. And if you're a young coach or if you're on a team, guard somebody, because that's how Southern's here. Guard somebody. That's how the teams that are playing in the finals are defending. That's what they're doing right now.
In a league that has been built as the nation's best non-BCS basketball conference, because as a league it defends top to bottom. Jacobson with 2, and Northern Iowa has a great resume, an RPI of 21. Charlie, they're going to have a 23-9 record. I think we can fully expect to see them on the board next Sunday, a week from tomorrow.
I would be hugely surprised if they were not. Good wins. The thing is, go back to their early wins. LSU is still, that thing is an amazing win when you think about LSU on the road and you think about the teams in their own league that couldn't go in there and do that.
A look at the Falker Jam led to a 3-point play. That was the Rawlings play of the game, brought to you by Rawlings, the official equipment of the Missouri Valley Conference. And now Falker's making free throws like he's Kent Williams.
Falker makes free throws and Mullins makes threes. when you see a good hug by Jacobson and Young after the fight that they had with each other. That's what's great about the league. You mentioned it yesterday, but that's what's great.
The nation has noticed the best non-BCS conference in the country now makes a very strong bid, because the two teams out of the 6 in the top of the RPI, 6 teams in this league above 45 in the RPI, and the 2 lowest coming in now play for the finals. This could be a league that gets 4, possibly 5 in the big dance, and deservedly so. Charlie, it's been a phenomenal year and very enjoyable.
It's been a great year, Mitch, and it's been fun to watch the league. I mean, I realize that we've got maybe a little undue pride in it, but I don't think so. It's just great to see the teams and see how they've developed over the year and see the respect that the league's got all over the country.
It's a big-time league. America's Renaissance Conference tomorrow in the finals. It is Bradley and Southern Illinois for the automatic bid. For Charlie Spoonhour, I'm Mitch Holtis. Thanks for watching.